Hello everybody, guess who's got a new deck? Because I'm obsessed with getting new decks and I really need to stop, but I can't. Anyways, so this one is called Angels, Gods, and Goddesses, and it has 45 oracle cards with a guidebook. It's by Tony Carmine Salerno. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but let's see what we got here. So this is the guidebook. It's pretty thin actually. Usually they're bigger, but this one actually seems to have a lot of information. That's interesting. And let's see the cards, shall we? And then we're gonna do a little mist for you guys as usual. Okay, so we got Angel of Abundance, Angel of Addiction Healing. And by the way, these are not glossy, which I love. Angel of Clearing, Angel of Communication, Angel of Diet and Nutrition, Angel of Emergence, Angel of Expression, Angel of Families, Angel of Finances. I really need to contact this one more. Angel of Guidance, Angel of Healing, Angel of Joyfulness, Angel of Manifestation, Angel of New Life, Angel of Pleasure, Angel of Prayer. That's interesting. Angel of Psychic Ability, Angel of Relaxation, Angel of Self-Worth, Angel of Soul Love, Angel of Space Clearing, Angel of Support, Angel of the Universe, Angel of Union, Angel of Vision. Oh, and now we're on to gods. So, you know, it says like angels, gods, and goddesses. So now we're done with the angels part of it. God of Conflict Resolution, God of Indulgence, God of Reflections, God of Spiritual Healing, God of the Arts, God of the Underworld. And now we're on to goddesses. Goddess of Awakening, Goddess of Beauty, Goddess of Compassion, Goddess of Justice, Goddess of Knowledge, Goddess of Nature, Goddess of Oneness, Goddess of Psychic Protection, Goddess of Sacred Power, Goddess of Strength, Goddess of the Earth, Goddess of the Sacred Path, Goddess of the Shadows, and Goddess of the Unknown. So these seem really interesting to me. They're kind of different, like from the rest of oracle cards that I have, and I do really like these images. I was definitely drawn to them when I first saw them on Amazon. By the way, I'm including the link below to this deck. I also really like the fact that they do have these messages on them. You know, besides naming the card, it actually says what the message is. And then you can kind of expand on it looking at the picture and tuning into your intuition. Plus, you know, they do have this guidebook that actually seems pretty thorough. And you may or may not use it depending on how you choose to read these. Okay, so now that we've acquainted ourselves with the actual cards, let's see what message your guides and angels want you to hear right now. Okay, dokes, I'm back, and I ended up pulling 4 cards today. Usually it's 3, but this time I was like, yeah, I'm feeling 4. Oh, I love this one. I actually really noticed that when I was going through the cards. Angel of the Universe, Angel of Diet and Nutrition. Angel of Space Clearing. And that's beautiful. Angel of Support. So just to read these off to you, in case you're wondering, this one says, you are being encouraged to expand your thinking. This one is, pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what's good for you and what's not. This one is, it's time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. And lastly, the universe has heard your silent call for help. So I feel like if you have been praying for something and haven't been feeling like you are being heard, then this is definitely a reading to give you reassurance that your prayers are being heard, that whatever it is that you're wishing would happen in your life is in the process of happening. But as per usual, there's always a but, as you know, and in this case, there still needs to be some work done on your part as well, for things to go the way that you would like for them to go, and for certain things to align in your life again. And one of such things is you being very purposeful and careful in terms of how you view your life, how you view the world, what assumptions you make, which, you know, we all make assumptions, and that's fine, but as long as they actually serve you, you know, that works. And if they don't, then it's just basically a waste of time feeling really crappy. So one of the things that you're being encouraged to do is, from what I'm getting from this one, it's probably meditation. And I would encourage you to actually meditate on a candle if that sounds like something you might be interested in, because sometimes that's really actually helpful to just focus on this beautiful flame and kind of like let everything else go in the meantime. You know, so to me, this one definitely represents meditation and being able to focus on your breath and being able to kind of redirect your thoughts and your feelings about things that have been bothering you the most. And of course, it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's definitely doable, and it doesn't have to be this huge undertaking. It's more about working at it every single day as much as you possibly can, or as little as you can, as long as you just keep this progress steady as possible. So another thing I would suggest is kind of spending some time clearing up your space, you know, just wherever you live, wherever you spend most of your days. I'm sure you know how important it is to have a space where you feel comfortable, where you feel cozy, and where you feel positive, you know, where you just, it's kind of like your little sanctuary, instead of just being overwhelmed by stuff and things that shouldn't be there. And it's just a great way to let the energy flow through you when you actually clear your surroundings. So definitely consider doing that as well. Along with that, you know, we have Angel of Diet and Nutrition, and I would definitely suggest that you pay more attention to what you're putting into your body, you know, not just in terms of your thoughts and feelings that you can choose and change, but also in terms of food, which you can also choose and change. I always suggest eliminating gluten and dairy, and preferably sugar, but I know how hard, like for me personally, sugar, and it's not even so much sugar as it is chocolate, but that's the hardest part of cleaning up the diet for me personally. I don't know what it is for you. It could be something salty and crunchy like chips, it could be something sweet, but whatever it is, you know what's not good for you, you know. Okay, and like every time you make a choice to eat it anyway, I just want you to remember that it was a choice. You don't really have anyone else to blame, and not to sound negative, but if anything, I just want you to feel like you do have this power and this responsibility to actually work on your diet and how you treat your body, how you treat your mind. And sometimes the best thing you can do is to have this intention, like day in and day out, to eat more clean. It also really helps to kind of say a prayer over the food that you're eating. At least that's, you know, that's what I found for myself. I usually say a prayer over the food, and I thank my body for being able to digest it as well as it does. because I know how it feels when things go wrong and when your body is not functioning properly. So I definitely don't take it for granted anymore, and I encourage you to do the same and to really value the fact that your body is like really cooperating with you, and it has this immense intelligence of its own, and it's doing everything it possibly can for you to be able to function in this world, you know. And so if you wanted to function at its best capability, then you do have a choice in terms of what you put into it. How do you, you know, your body is like a car. Basically, we have to put fuel into our cars, right? And so whatever food you put into your body, that's your fuel. So how it's going to run is ultimately up to you, right? And it also seems like the kinder we are to our bodies and the more considerate we are and the more we do intuitive eating, which, you know, like one of my friends was just telling me about how she does intuitive eating, and it's so much better than being on any diet. So basically you can eat anything you want. You don't hold yourself like in this constant state of fear that like something you ate is not good for you or whatever. But you just really tune into your body beforehand, and you really tune into your intuition, like, do I really want to eat this? And if I do I really want to eat the whole thing? Like maybe I can, you know what I mean? Because when you start doing it and you stop dieting, which, you know, at this point, I feel like everyone knows that diets don't work. Like they work short term, but never long term usually. It has to be a lifestyle, basically. And when you do this intuitive eating, it's very much about respecting how your body feels about a certain food and just like really tuning in. And when you remove this need to control constantly what you eat, the anxiety that comes with that control kind of dissipates as well, because you know that you can eat it. It's up to you. You know, nobody's gonna like hold a gun to your head and tell you not to eat it. But you also know how it's gonna make you feel. And it's about the portions as well, you know. Because again, you can pretty much eat anything as long as it's in reasonable amounts and as long as you feel like it's in tune with your body. So that's something I definitely suggest. And it's also going to help your mind to think more clearly for sure, and for the energy to be able to flow through your body as well. And then lastly, we have this beautiful angel of the universe. Looking at this one, what comes up for me, it's not just about expanding your thinking and being open-minded. I mean, I'm assuming you're pretty open-minded if you're watching this video still. But I guess like we can never be too open-minded. That's true too. But I feel like this one to me is more about feelings and relationships for some reason. I'm just looking at her and she reminds me of water, and water reminds me of emotions and feelings. And it's also about going with the flow, you know, and it's also about admiring all the beauty that life and God has given us in this lifetime. I feel like we often take it for granted, or we're unhappy with it. You know, I'm not pointing fingers because obviously I'll be the first one to admit that I'm guilty as charged, and I get too concerned about things and like too hung up on things that I shouldn't even be concerned about. But I think it's more about trusting that life has its own intelligence and our soul has a plan as well, and it's not like we can control everything. I feel like the biggest things that we can control is our minds, and that's huge. What we do to our bodies and like how we treat them, how we let others treat ourselves. But everything else is kind of literally up in the air. Okay, it could happen one way or another, and it's more about you being open-minded and kind of maybe trying to switch your point of view from like expecting something crappy to happen to something awesome, you know, a miracle. And as long as you start paying more attention to all the beautiful things we have in our lives, and I guarantee there is something in your life to be grateful for. And as long as you kind of tune into that vibration of gratitude and love and appreciation, that's really going to help you shift some things in your life. And I'm sure you know this already, but it never hurts to get another reminder of that, right? So I feel like this is very encouraging, and that these cards definitely have like a very clear, loving message for you. And the biggest thing is that I want you to remember that, as it says here, the universe has heard your silent call for help. So whatever you've been praying for, it hasn't gone unnoticed, okay? Like no prayer is ever unnoticed. I hope you trust that. I hope you believe that. And I hope you kind of expect the good things to happen in your life versus being afraid that they might not, or you know what I mean, like wasting energy on all the concerns and everything that could go wrong and the anxiety that surrounds whatever issue you have to deal with. And instead of all that, focusing on what is going right, what are you grateful for, what act of love and appreciation and kindness can you do today. You know, just stuff like that. And that's going to really help you bring more positive energy into your life. And you will keep getting confirmations that you're not alone, that your prayers are being answered, and that your life is unfolding beautifully, you know, as it should. But again, I want you to take some responsibility for that upon yourself and really focus on how you treat your body and how you treat your mind and how you treat other people in general. So I think that pretty much sums it up. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I hope it resonated, and I would really appreciate if you could please subscribe, because this has been a very, very slow climb uphill so far, but I'm super grateful to everyone who has cared enough to subscribe. That really means a lot to me, honestly. And if you'd like a personal reading, if you'd like to hear some personal angel messages for you, I would love to do a reading for you. So reach out to me via askyoursoul.org, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you so much for watching. I'm wishing you all the best, and I'll see you all soon, hopefully in my next video. Bye!